In this episode of the Firsts Channel, this documentary delves into the lives of the most notorious serial killers, not to glorify their deeds, but to remember the lives tragically cut short. As we recount these stories, we pay homage to the victims and their families with the utmost respect and solemnity. Lew Pengley. Span of crimes 144 to 116 BC. The first known serial killer. Lew Pengley, a Han prince, terrorized his domain for nearly 3 decades, using his power to commit atrocities with impunity. His reign of terror ended when his own soldiers turned against him, leading to his arrest and demotion to commoner status. Anula of Anuradhapura. Span of crimes 47 to 42 BC. The Deadly Queen. Anula, the first known female serial killer, ascended to power through a series of assassinations, poisoning her way through husbands and suitors alike. Her ruthless tactics ensured her place in history as a monarch whose thirst for power knew no bounds. Gilles de Rais. Span of crimes 1432 to 1440. The Disgraced Knight. Once a respected military leader, Gilles de Rais's dark side emerged post-war, leading to the horrific abuse and murder of countless children. His heinous crimes shocked the nation, and he was ultimately executed, leaving behind a legacy of fear and revulsion. Jack the Ripper. Span of crimes 1888 to 1891. The Shadow in the Fog. In the heart of London's Whitechapel, Jack the Ripper executed a series of gruesome murders that gripped the public's imagination. His identity remains one of the greatest unsolved mysteries, with his legend living on in countless books and films. H. Holmes. Span of crimes 1888 to 1894. The Master of the Murder Castle. America's first serial killer. H. Holmes built a hotel designed for murder, complete with secret passages and disposal chutes for his victims' bodies. His capture and subsequent trial revealed a chilling level of premeditation and cruelty, marking him as America's first documented serial killer. Belle Gunness. Span of crimes 1896 to 1908. The Black Widow of La Porte. Belle Gunness lured wealthy men to her farm with promises of love and prosperity, only to murder them for their assets. The discovery of numerous bodies on her property unveiled the true horror of her crimes, though she herself mysteriously disappeared. Albert Fish. Span of crimes 1924 to 1932. The Grey Man. Albert Fish was a sadistic predator who targeted children. His depraved acts and cannibalistic tendencies horrified the nation. Fish's own confessions detailed his gruesome crimes, leading to his execution and a lasting infamy as one of the most monstrous figures in criminal history. Zodiac Killer. Span of crimes 1968 to 1969. The Cypher Killer. The Zodiac Killer terrorized Northern California with a series of murders accompanied by cryptic letters, taunting the police and the public. Despite intense investigations and the killer's own clues, the Zodiac's identity remains unknown, making him an enigmatic figure in true crime lore. John Wayne Gacy. Span of crimes 1972 to 1978. The Killer Clown. John Wayne Gacy, under the guise of Pogo the Clown, committed the heinous murders of 33 young men and boys, burying many under his own home. Gacy's double life shocked the world, revealing a chilling disconnect between his public persona and his murderous private life. Ted Bundy. Span of crimes 1974 to 1978. The Charming Killer. Ted Bundy used his charisma to lure unsuspecting victims, resulting in the brutal murders of at least 30 women across the United States. His trials became a media spectacle, highlighting the dangers of deceptive appearances and the dark reality of psychopathy. Pedro Lopez. Span of crimes 1969 to 1980. The Monster of the Andes. Pedro Lopez was convicted of killing 110 girls in Ecuador, though he claimed to have murdered over 300 across South America. His eventual capture and confession brought some measure of justice, but many of his victims remain unidentified. Richard Ramirez. Span of crimes 1984 to 1985. The Night Stalker. Richard Ramirez's reign of terror in California included a series of home invasions, assaults, and murders, striking fear into the hearts of residents. His capture ended a harrowing chapter in Los Angeles history, but his dark legacy continues to haunt those affected by his crimes. Daniel Camargo Barbosa. Span of crimes 1974 to 1986. The sadist of El Chaquito. Daniel Camargo Barbosa brutally raped and murdered over 150 young girls in Colombia and Ecuador, exploiting societal vulnerabilities to evade capture. His eventual arrest and the sheer scale of his crimes revealed a deeply disturbed individual driven by uncontrollable impulses. Aileen Wuornos. Span of crimes 1989 to 1990. Aileen Wuornos, a highway prostitute, turned into a serial killer, claiming the lives of 7 men whom she alleged had tried to assault her. Her case sparked debate over the nature of victimhood and violence, and her life story was later adapted into books and films. Jeffrey Dahmer. Span of crimes 1978 to 1991. The Milwaukee Cannibal. Jeffrey Dahmer's gruesome spree involved the murder and dismemberment of 17 young men, with acts of necrophilia and cannibalism. His arrest exposed the depths of his depravity and the failures of law enforcement to connect the dots sooner. Harold Shipman. Span of crimes 1975 to 1998. Dr. Death. Harold Shipman, a trusted GP, was found to have lethally injected over 200 of his patients, making him one of the deadliest serial killers in history. His methodical approach and position of trust made his crimes particularly chilling and betrayed the public's faith in the medical profession. Javed Iqbal. Span of crimes 1998 to 1999. Javed Iqbal confessed to the brutal murders of 100 children in Pakistan, a case that shocked the nation and the world. His heinous acts prompted changes in the legal system, and raised awareness about child protection in Pakistan. Luis Garvito. Span of crimes 1992 to 1999. The Beast. Luis Garvito preyed on young boys in Colombia, leading to the deaths of more than 100 victims over a 7-year period. His capture and conviction brought some solace, but also highlighted the vulnerability of street children in Latin America. Mikhail Popkov. Span of crimes 1992 to 2010. The Werewolf. Mikhail Popkov, a former police officer in Russia, used his position to murder women, believing he was cleansing the streets of immoral individuals. His case is one of the most horrific examples of a law enforcement officer turning into a prolific serial killer. Thanks for joining us on this journey into the dark side of history. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to the Firsts channel.